Come make my small stuffed Easter cookies, because Easter eggs are getting more malnourished each year, and as a professional baker, spread and sugar addiction is my love language. No, I do warn you, if you're some kind of Martian that doesn't like sugar or pure joy, these cookies are not for you, as there's enough sugar in these to give an elephant diabetes. But just to be helpful, I'll put a full list of details in the description box below. But first things first, you're going to grab some chocolate spread and marshmallows and just kind of smush them together. And if like me you have monkey feet, this would make some solid OnlyFans content. You're then going to want to whack these in the freezer when you're done, unless you want your kitchen to look like the aftermath of 2 Girls 1 Cup. When it comes to cookies, you really need to use proper butter. None of that margarine nonsense. Brownies are less high maintenance, but cookies are classy bitches. Now your butter needs to be cold, but not so cold you're gonna fuck up your mixer, so just soften it in the microwave slightly. You could use salted butter, but considering the sugar overload we're about to embrace, let's not fast track ourselves into a medical intervention just yet. Now I'm using both granulated and light brown sugar, because balance is important, just like ordering Diet Coke and a Big Mac, or getting a gym membership and never using it. But basically, you're gonna grab a crap ton of sugar, dump it in your butter, and mix it up like a heart attack depends on it, because honestly it might. So onto the dry ingredients we go. I'm using a cocktail of flours, because I was a total bellend and didn't check my cupboards before going to the shops. But if you want your cookies thick and perky, just stick with strong bread flour and corn flour. There's some magic property in this combination that stops your cookies getting overly excited and prematurely spreading their load everywhere. Plus, burnt marshmallow on a baking tray is a bitch to clean off. Now chuck in your baking powder and bicarb, because eating rocks is only fun if you're in a prison kitchen. We're aiming for cookies, not a dental emergency. Although, with the amount of sweets we're about to add, it's a little contradictory. And 3 years later, we're still beating our sugar and butter together. Honestly, my biggest Facebook stalker, who likes to moonlight as weird men online, could have made 3 new accounts in less time. But eventually it'll go pale and creamy, like gritty cake batter. Granted, I doubt anything bad would happen if you didn't wait, but why rush perfection? It should only take about 10 minutes or so, but once it's done, you can add your dry ingredients and mix it up again. Just start low unless snorting flour is your vibe, in which case no judgment. But once done, your dough should look like dry sand, or a really crap crumble topping. And finally, crack in 2 eggs, and guesstimate about 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, not essence. You've already had to take out a mortgage at this point to pay for the chocolate, so don't cheap out now. Give it another cheeky mix until your dough starts to form, but isn't one giant lump of cholesterol and joy. And this is where the health warnings really start to kick in, because I'm adding 2 bags of Aldi's wannabe M&Ms and 2 bags of chocolate chips. You essentially want to add enough junk that it's illegal to sell to anyone under 16, and Jamie Oliver would petition to get it banned. But if supermarkets are going to mess with our Easter eggs, these bad boys will make sure your Easter sugar rush is nothing short of legendary. Plus, you'll be helping dentists across the nation retire early and afford a dodgy timeshare. Really, you're just doing your part for society. For all you crazy badgers out there living life on the edge, you could just smash your balls together and hope for the best. But me, I like organised chaos, and even cooking, so I prefer to weigh my balls out so they're all the same size. Call me a control freak, but at least my cookies are consistent. Now I'm pretty sure this is how babies are made. That or I'm doing it wrong, because you're going to take your chocolate smothered marshmallows out the freezer and stuff them in your cookie dough to form the most delicious balls you've ever seen. It's basically a cookie orgy, just without the awkward goodbyes. Now you're going to want to put your cookies in the freezer overnight, or if like me you've got the patience of a toddler, at least 3 to 4 hours. Otherwise you're just going to end up with a baking tray or something that resembles a mashed up snail. But the secret to thick chunky cookies that don't resemble roadkill is to cook them fast. Now I've baked mine at 190 for 12 minutes because my oven's fan system is functionally challenged. But if you actually have a working oven, 180 degrees for the same time should do the trick. And finally, just to make sure these cookies really resemble the love child of the Easter Bunny and Santa, because clearly we haven't hit the sugar quota yet, we're going to slather on some melted chocolate mixed with dupe Nutella. Partly for taste, but mostly because I'm too lazy to wait for the chocolate to set properly. We're then going to stick a little bunny on top, because if supermarkets can force feed us Easter from January, I might as well make it worth it. And there you have it. Cookies so indulgent they make the tooth very weak. So let's pretend that calories don't exist and enjoy the sugar coma this Easter, or as I like to call it, socially acceptable binge eating season.